Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the 2020 beauty fails. Products that I tried in 2020 that I ended up not liking. Now there are some products here that you might have liked or you might have found a way to use them that made you like them that I just couldn't figure out. Now some of these products I will not like because also based on my preference. Sometimes the products that a company launches just do not match well with your preferences. So let's get started with highlighters. First up is a pretty expensive high-end brand, Urban Decay. I got their Stoned Vibes Vault, which I really love. I really like the eyeshadow palette. I enjoyed the lippies and I really like the eyeliners. But this highlighter, I just don't get it. It's literally a bunch of glitter. When you apply it on your face, the glitter just goes all over. Did they call this a highlighter? Yes, multifaceted highlighter. Oh, it's multifaceted. That's what's so special about it. It's just a bunch of glitter. It looks pretty, it has a nice design, and I don't know what they were thinking when they created this. Somebody got really lazy. That's what I feel like. Strong opinion. Then we have Juvia's Place, and I really don't, well, at least they called this a loose highlighter. So it's partially my fault. I don't know why I thought a loose highlighter would be a good idea, but this is also just a bunch of glitter. Juvia's Place, I enjoy it as a brand. I love their eyeshadows and I love their concealer, but this is pretty much a bunch of glitter that goes on your face. Lot of glitter. This one confused me, so I don't know if you guys know of a better way to use this. This is from a company called Floss. This is their Sunlit Highlighter. I just could not get it to work. It's a very creamy texture. But whenever I would apply my brush into it and try to apply it on my skin, it just wouldn't show up. But if I were to dip my finger in here and then apply it, then you would see it. But with the brush, I just couldn't get it on to my skin. So unfortunately, I just can't figure out how to use this product. So that was a little bit disappointing. I feel like products should be easy to use. Then this one was extremely disappointing. Now this is not a highlighter. They did not claim it as a highlighter. This is your shimmer body powder. But this is like $30-something and it comes in a very cheap packaging. I'm not sure. It looks pretty because the colors are pretty and the puff here is really beautiful. It's Barbie. I love their Barbie collection. This is Pure Cosmetics, but this packaging is a very cheap cardboard, something you can pick up from a dollar store. I was expecting it to be in like a tin packaging or at least a more durable feeling cardboard. It's just, in person, when you hold it in your hands, it does not feel like you spent $30-something on this product. It feels like no more than $10. And it's just a glittery powder. There's nothing inventive, nothing, you know, crazy cool about the formula. I betcha it cost them literally $1 to create this, but they're charging you $30-something. And at least I feel like if the formula is the same as an affordable brand, your packaging should be nicer. That's what you're paying for many of the times, is the packaging, and it's just, it felt like it was just not priced correctly. But otherwise, it's fine as a glittery powder. It's a powder that has a bunch of glitter in it, and if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for that experience, it's good, and it smells okay, but the packaging is not the most luxurious packaging. Then there are a bunch of blushes that I just didn't quite enjoy this year. Milani came up with new shades in their baked blushes line. This was the Sunrise Serenita. For me, this just came out way too goldeny. I couldn't even use it as a highlighter, and I couldn't use it as a nice orangey blush. It was just way too glittery on my skin, so I'm not sure if it might have looked better on different skin color, but on mine I did not enjoy this shade at all. The formula of their other baked blushes is fine, but this shade in particular just did not look good on my skin. Then e.l.f. came out with new Putty Blushes. It's another one of those products that I just couldn't figure out how to use it. It was not pigmented, but then there are some videos that I watched where the reviewer was saying it's very pigmented, so I think it really ends up on which shade of this product you end up purchasing. So some shades must be really pigmented, but the other ones you really gotta work very hard for the color to show up. And it's just not an easy application. With the brush, it's very hard. With the fingers, it's easier. It's just a hard product to use and not super easy and quick. You really gotta build it up. Same thing with Colourpop's Super Shock Cheek. I felt like this was not it's a very weird texture. Like I guess it's supposed to be some sort of cream blush, but it immediately looks powdery when you try to apply it. Like even on my finger, you can see it looks a little bit more powdery. And it was very confusing for me. It looked very patchy on my cheeks. The application was just not easy. Similar to e.l.f.'s Putty Blush. I don't think it had a pigmentation problem, but it just didn't look very even. So it's not, I will like to give it another try. Maybe I have become more skilled in the last few months and I can figure out a better way to use them, because I know there are some people out there that do like the Super Shock Cheek blushes by Colourpop. So it's possible that I'm doing something wrong, but it's definitely not one of those easy blushes that you just pick up, put it on your cheeks, and you're done. Ulta gives you a free bag when you purchase a certain amount, especially during the holidays, and I got this from Ulta Beauty. It's just a very blah palette. I feel like Ulta, if you're going to launch something, if you're going to create a product, at least try to make it a good one. Like, it's just, the formula was just yucky. Like, it wasn't showing up. The glitters especially were just horrible. They just weren't showing up on my eyes. I do have an IGTV video on this, and it's just a really bad formula that does not look pretty, and it's powdery, and there's fallout. It's just a huge mess. Then this one by e.l.f., Matte for Matte, and I know some people do like this, but I feel like they were just very powdery and not pigmented. Now the colors in here look so dark, but when I would try to apply them, they weren't looking this dark. Unless you use like a wet brush, like a damp brush, but otherwise, if you just try to apply these, I felt like they were really powdery and not pigmented. At least not in the sense that you actually see it in the palette. So I know I'm not going to be reaching for this palette when there are so many good palettes out there. This one by Essence, I got it during Halloween. I wanted some Halloween themed palettes. This is Magical Mystical Me by Essence, and wow, it looks like a disaster in here. And I thought the color story was really pretty with the purples. There's shimmer shades, there are mattes in here. And when I did the swatches, it looked so beautiful. But when I try to apply these on my eyes, it was blah. Like, it just couldn't see the colors on my eyes. No. Like, that pink looks so beautiful in here, but when I applied it on my eyes, it just didn't have the same effect. All the other eyeshadow palettes that I tried this year were good. It's just these three were just very disappointing for me. Up next, I don't know what I was thinking, but I saw Makeup by Burt Bees, and I was like, ooh, Makeup by Burt Bees? That sounds interesting. It sounds interesting, but it's not the best thing when you actually put it on your face. This is their tinted moisturizer with green tea. It sounds very fancy, but it's basically when you apply it, it feels like you're applying cream with some foundation mixed in there. It's really weird texture when you're applying it. It doesn't absorb into your skin. It doesn't give you coverage. It's literally like you're applying cream and then there's a little bit of foundation in there giving you a little bit of color. This does feel super creamy, so this might be good for super dry skin. So something you might want to check out. This bronzer stick, I applied it on my skin and you just could not see it. And then I tried to apply more and then it just turned into a greasy mess. So maybe it will be fine for very light, very fair skin, but on my skin, it was useless. And then this highlighter stick also did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. It's basically as if you were to take Vaseline and try applying it on your skin and you called it a highlighter. It's like a stick Vaseline or something. Maybe they should have labeled this as a different product, perhaps some sort of stick to hydrate very dry parts of your face. For example, I get very dry skin here on the nose. So, you know, I could imagine if you have dry patches on your skin, you can just take some sort of stick hydrating product and apply it there. But it's definitely not a highlighter. When you think in the traditional sense, a highlighter, this is definitely not it. Then there were a bunch of lippies that disappointed me this year. Colourpop's Ultra Blotted Lip. Now this one, if you apply it and you just blot it down, then it could work out and then you can apply some lip gloss on it. But if you actually try to apply it like a regular liquid lipstick, there's a lot of uneven texture and it starts to like scale off. You cannot use this as a regular liquid lipstick. Just a little bit of blotting on your lip and that's it. Then this liquid lipstick by Essence. It's just really bad. When you apply it within seconds, it just dries out so much and cracks up on your lips that you don't even get a chance to apply a lip gloss over it to try to not let it dry out. It just starts to dry out right when you're applying it. So I really didn't like this one at all. Then this one by Soap and Glory. Pillow Plump Double XL. This burned my lips so much that I had to take it off. And I'm not the only one. There's also someone else who complained how much this hurts. Did somebody not try this out before it was launched into the market? Hello. The only reason why I kept it is to do this video and perhaps any future fail videos. That's the only reason why I'm keeping this. Otherwise, this definitely belongs in the trash. Out there, this was just a very uneven texture. Like, it just doesn't look pretty on your lips. It's very uneven, so I didn't like this at all. This is a really popular brand, Sol Janeiro, but and the concept of this sounds really good. It has some really good butter in it, Kupakahu or something like that. And this is their Teeny Bikini is the shade. And it's a nice balm, but I just can't tolerate the smell, unfortunately. No complaint about the formula itself, but the smell is just really weird. I can't even explain it. It's like pastry mixed with melted plastic and something just bad happened. Up next, I have a bunch of mascaras. Essence High Beauty. Essence tried to be very vegan and all natural and very hydrating with this line, but most of the products in this line were not that good. And this mascara was very flaky. Like right away, it just started to flake and fall off of my lashes. Not a good formula at all. Black Radiance. It's not the most popular brand out there, but I love their lippies. Their mascara, it smelled chemically and it really bothered my eyes to a point that I couldn't use it. I don't know what e.l.f. was thinking when they came up with this mascara. It's just the only annoying thing about this mascara is the wand. It's just so small. Like, it's not very productive to be applying this mascara because it's just gonna take you longer to apply your mascara because the wand is just so tiny. Maybe you can use this combined with other mascaras, but on its own, it's just a very annoying product to use. Then I have a mini mascara here by Ico. This basically was very, very wet and it pretty much did nothing to my lashes except for making them stick together. I don't know if it was because it's a mini and sometimes minis just don't come out looking good, but not a fun one. Then I have Milani's Make It Last sunscreen right here. The problem with this sunscreen is if you have thread your face or you did something to your face or if you have any sort of irritation, this really stings. This eyeliner was disappointing for me. It's by Pixie and it's their gel eyeliner. And it's usually like $12, but what I didn't like about it is that it was really smudgy and it was just not worth it for me for $12 with the quality of the product that this was, unfortunately. The last thing is this nails. This is something I got from Ulta. This is Dashing Diva nail set. They are like nail decals, they're strips, but the problem I faced with this is that they're so thick that when you apply them you get way too much texture on your nails. Not a nice clean smooth application on your nails. So unfortunately I did not like this brand. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and this is it. 2020 fails, and let's see what 2021 brings. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Bye.